guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have update number 2 for my deck of panning for you. And I'm sure you guys know this is a project that was started by Emily from Emily and Max. We've got a playboard, there's a deck of cards involved that we use to come up with certain prompts that we have to find products to. So yeah, let's jump right in. Take a look at the products that I've been working on. Starting off with this L'Oreal Glam Bronze Trio in Blonde Harmony. I'm working on this, not having a fully specific goal apart from trying to finish this off, which is probably going to take me at least this whole year still. Likely we're gonna bring it into the new year, but let's see. I'm currently fully focused on the highlight shade, so I'm using a smaller brush and I'm just trying to touch that row with a little bit of that blush still. It's fine if that merges in a little bit. So I'm trying to make progress on it that way, and then once I've used that up, I can use the bronzer a little bit as a either blush or blush topper. I'm not that big of a fan of a shiny bronzer, so I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit, but I have made progress on it. I know I did because I've used it. I've used it how many times? I've used it 20, no, that's not true. 19 times for a total of 42 in this project right now. It's moving slowly, but 19 uses is still good. So I'm happy enough with that one. Then next I was working on a bronzer in this little Sephora palette right here. Right on the side, it's this one right here. Hoping to hit pan on that one, but it's actually taking longer than I expected. I thought that that would be a 1, maybe 2 month thing. I'm using this with a small brush kind of to contour with. It's dark enough and it doesn't have too much of a shimmer, so it still kind of works. This one I have used 18 times over the last month. I guess I forgot to use it 1 time, and I've used it a total of 33 times right now, and I was definitely hoping to be further along than I am after 33 uses, but I can definitely see a bit of a dip. I'm mostly focusing on this side because it's kind of hard to even get to the side that's next to the Sephora logo and not touch a lot of other things. I'm kind of squeezing my brush when I'm trying to pick up the product, but yeah, still working on it. Still no pan, but I'll probably keep working on that once I hit pan anyway, so I'm not in a rush to roll that one out too much yet, although rolling things out, rolling things in, that's always fun, of course. Next, the product that I rolled in after that, it's my Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer, and this one is completely done. I really can't get anything out anymore. I've had moments where I thought I was done, and then the next day I tried again and stuff came out still. Now I've tried it 3 days in a row and I still can't get anything out, so I think I'm okay in saying that this one is just completely done. I can wiggle and do whatever I want. There's really nothing coming out anymore, so this one is done. I've used it an additional 15 times for a total of 38 in this project to get it done. Of course, I had already used it 300 times before that probably, but yeah, this is rolling out. Then we had my Clinique lipstick. This one I'm wearing right now as well, topped with my MAC lip gloss as well. And this one I have used 12 times over the last month. I'm kind of playing a little bit with this one and then my Yves Saint Laurent lipstick that's in my The Panner Span project as well, which is a bright orange. Kind of depends what I'm feeling. Sometimes a bright orange works well. And of course we're getting more into spring, summertime, so I'm starting to feel that type of color a little bit more again. But this one is just a really nice neutral if I don't feel like having too much of a thought about what I need to put on. I'm always kind of trying to see, of course, does it actually work with my eyeshadows as well, and this one will always work. So this one I've used, like I said, 15, no, that's not true, 12 times for a total now of 29 uses. I've used it 17 times before, and it's interesting to see because my last time I made so much more progress than this time. But I think that's also because, and I showed you guys this last time as well, it's completely dented and broken and squished and mushed at the bottom. I don't know even why exactly that happened, but it must have gotten too warm when I used it for whatever reason or something like that. it did that quite early on. So it's been moving around a lot, but it seems to be a bit more steady in there now. However, I think because I kind of mushed it together a little bit more by using it, it moved really quickly at the start. Plus there was still that bit at an angle that I've kind of flattened out. So it's not moving as quickly, but still I've made some nice progress. I think I'm like halfway, maybe slightly over halfway even on this one right now. I don't think it will be rolling out in 2 months, but I think in like 3, maybe 4 months, I should be able to finish this up, which means that I finished it off in like 5-6 months in total, which is not too bad. Because it was brand new. That was the prompt for this one as well. Then one that I thought I would have finished now, my Nicki Viva Glam lipstick by MAC. This one I have used 19 times over the last month as well, and as much as this basically seems done, there still is the tiniest bit of like a bump sticking out, and I'm gonna call this one quits once it's like properly even with the packaging, but it's not yet. So I'm gonna keep this in. I've used this a total of 43 times now as well, same as the Glam Bronze Trio, and I really thought that in the last month I should have been able to get there, but I didn't, which is fine. I'm gonna keep using it. I do have another lipstick kind of ready to go as my next cream blush, because it's not one that I think I will be wearing on my lips a lot either, but for now we're gonna keep this one in the project. And then lastly, last month I rolled in this sleek palette, and in this one I am working on the orange shade because I thought that that would work well with my red shade in my Pan-That palette. I've used it with the red shade. I think I've also used it with a green once or twice. I've used it 4 times in total now, and yeah, I'm doing okay. Like, it's a bit of a like flaky type of consistency, but I do like the color. I feel like the purpose that I got it for, I could probably also do with my like yellow gold pigment from NYX that I am working on in my Depender's pan, but it's still nice to have like an orangey shade, and I do like the warmer color, so it's nice enough to play around with another warm color as well. I've got a fair bit of cool tones in my Pan-That palette and also in my Pan-That eyeshadows rotation at the moment. So, but yeah, for uses, there definitely is a little bit of a dip in this one. I think that shade is definitely one of the ones that I was gravitating towards a little bit more once I got this palette, because even though it's called jewels and there definitely are some like jewel tones in here, there's still a nice bit of like warmer shades in here as well. And of course, those are my type of shades. I mean, I painted my wall a warm shade as well. But I'm rolling something out, and either way I was going to roll something new in, but now even better, I can replace something instead of add something, which is always good. So I've got my deck of cards right here, and I'm gonna do a bit more shuffling just because it still is a fairly new deck and I don't feel like the cards are dispersed as nicely yet. Although that doesn't really matter for me getting one out of here. I'm gonna split the deck, and this is what we're gonna be working on. The 10 of clubs. Is this clubs? I can't do card terms in English, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna quickly grab my laptop and let's take a look at what that 10 of clubs actually means. Okay, laptop is here. 10 of clubs is out of control category. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Out of control's category for me are both my blushes and my eyeshadows when it comes to how much I have and how long I think it's going to take me to actually get through everything. I don't have that many highlighters. I don't have that many bronzers. I've really worked down my lip collection as well. Eyeliners, I do have more than I would like to have, but it's definitely not out of control with like 5 eyeliners, even though it's going to take me years to finish those off because like they're the chunky type. Yeah, so it's gonna be either an eyeshadow or a blush, I guess. I'm gonna have to take a look and see what I want to do here. I will be back. Okay, I've decided. I'm already working on plenty of eyeshadows in my Pan-That palette, Panda's eyeshadows. I've got an eyeshadow in here, I've got an eyeshadow in my Depender's pan, so I really didn't feel like adding more to that if I want to realistically try and actually finish off my Pan-That palettes, because I'm working on 3 at the moment, by the end of this year. So I decided to go with a blush instead, And I was thinking, like, do I want something that I want to try and hit pan on? But then I'm thinking about the blush that I'm working on in my pan palette that I've been working on for forever and that I have still not hit pan on. So I want to roll something in, and normally I like to at least have the goal of hitting pan or finishing something off. But I know in this case, it's just not going to be realistic for me to try and do that and want to have that Panda palette blush finished by the end of this year. So I've decided to roll in a blush with a usage goal. It is one that you guys will be familiar with. It is the Pinking of You blush from Revlon, and this is one that I've been trying to use up for a little while as well, but I keep getting distracted with other things. Still the case, but I thought, okay, if I'm going to work on something for a usage goal, I might as well work on one that I'm already making progress on, that it is more likely to roll out somewhere in the next 3 years. And I do notice that with like the cooler toned eyeshadows that I'm working on in my Panda palette and stuff, sometimes I'm not feeling my Panda palette blush because that one is a more warm toned one. So I thought, okay, this works because this is more of a cool tone blush. And sometimes I might feel like that. I think it works well in spring probably as well. So I've decided to try and use this one 30 times, or not try, I'm gonna use this one 30 times before it rolls out. It might take me a good few months before I get there because I do not want to take away too much progress from my Panda palette blush. But I should be able to get at least 5 uses or so on this one every month. And still be able to make some good progress on my Panda palette blush. So that's what I've decided to do. I don't know how excited I am about this. I would have preferred to just have one blush, but at the same time then for playing around with it and cool tone, warm tones, I think it's going to be nice to have something like slightly different to work with as well. So that is it. Now for next time, definitely hoping to be able to roll out this Nicki lipstick. There really isn't that much left in here anymore. It just has to be gone by next time. If not, I'm still gonna roll something new in. I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to do anything else. My bronzer, maybe I will hit pan on that Sephora one. The eyeshadow, maybe, but I don't think so. So if I want anything to roll out, this one is gonna be most likely. So let's see if I can do that. But yeah, that is it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye.